Chill out. Hey, how are you guys doing? Oh, look at that. 4 viewers and 4 likes. I love it. Okay. I have no idea what this channeling is going to be, but I will say, you got to chill. Lay down. I will say, oh shoot, I forgot to turn off my notifications, y'all. I'm really sorry. And of course, right when I get it going on my YouTube channel, that's always when people are like, hey, I was just thinking of you. I'm like, well, yeah, probably because a notification came up saying I'm going to go live. So I did split the cards in each deck. I shuffled them and I split them, and I got the star in this deck. And I got the star in this deck. No Waterman. I'm sorry to disappoint you ladies. I know. He's a good looking dude. So what do we got going on in here? Awesome. J3, let's do this. Morgan, you're here. Yay. Sammy, beautiful, the Dutch witch. Jason Boyd, hi brother. Awesome. Mosaic of the Clouds, hello. Did y'all see, were y'all able to see my picture on the video? Because for me, it's just showing black, so I was concerned about that. I'm glad you saw that. Yeah, you know, my friend, it's funny, Jason Boyd, that you said that, because I have another friend named Jason who last night I sent that to him because he also lives in the DFW area. He lives in Arlington. And I said, have you seen this moon tonight? This was last night that I took that picture. And he said, it looks like a quilt. And it just reminded me of the quilting of our souls, how we are each connected, even if we are our own separate square. You know, you think of a quilt and you build a 9 square, and then you build upon that 9 square upon 9 square. And it reminds me so much of the soul connections that we have, almost like a quilt. We may each be individual in our own square, but we are connected to others within our soul, which connects us to their 9 square and their 9 square, right? And that last night, that's so funny, Jason, that you said that, because like I said, I had a friend named Jason that said that as well. Beautiful. Vegas host girls, hello, darling. I'm sorry, ghost girls. Gosh, why do I do that? Crystal Joy, Raymond, beautiful brother. Carrie, beautiful. Thank you, Raymond. I'm glad you enjoyed the live. I was actually really concerned about how that was going to go over last night. It's a precarious line, because when it comes to psychic abilities and mental illness, it doesn't mean that necessarily they are always tied together, but it is very often the case, according to many shamans, especially who have visited from the East Coast. You know, I think that's really interesting. And I was scared. What I'm afraid of is I don't want people going and getting off medication and not talking to their doctors and not doing the right thing. What I'm saying is, in addition to your psychological treatments and your psychiatric treatments, add your spiritual coaches, okay? Whether that be, you know, someone that you spiritually get readings from, a holistic doctor, if there are shamans in your area, or people who are teachers like that, get their advice as well. You know, there might be some healing and clearing you can do so that you can eventually filter off some of the meds that might push some of those gifts down. Because the thing is that whenever you're on medications, chemical medications, sometimes, not, this is not every time, but sometimes they can, the symptoms they're trying to push down are also the symptoms of your psychic abilities. Okay. Christina, my darling. A lot of people are doing doctor's appointments online. A lot of doctors are doing their doctor's appointments online. So ask, if you do need to see a doctor, ask them if they're offering that, because most of them still need to make money too, right? I really want to pull, can I get rid of this card? But of course, if we're living cyclically, frequency-wise, it should be coming up. This is spring. I'm still going to do the, okay. Sorry, I have another spirit guide here talking to me, and they're reminding me of stuff. I'm Val with Eternal Transformations Tarot. I have ADD or ADHD, whatever you want to call it. I'm sure I have all this stuff. There's labels for everything, right? And I always forget to talk about my channel. I'm a channeler. I read cards intuitively, and I've studied them for well over a decade. And I feel very comfortable that these cards are not magical. They are based on frequency. I don't know who that's for out there. I feel like we have a new watcher. Okay. Okay. All right, let's get into channeling. As I said, if you follow my channel regularly, you probably saw my community tab post. I said I have no clue what they want to talk about, but they're wanting me to not know what it's about. So I'm going to go ahead and start. Let's see. Do you guys... Okay. Everybody take a deep breath through your belly for me. Try to keep your chest calm. Through the belly. Up through every chakra and out your crown. So that I can hear your spirit guides clearly. Please come in and speak, channel your information for what the collective needs to know, for what the soul tribe needs to know. Please keep these messages positive and incongruent. See, with our situation. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Look at these cards. I just split the deck. No place like home and round and round. Many of you may be trapped at home right now. Are you grateful for the home that you are trapped in? Many of you may have a constant round and round cycle of thoughts, they're saying. Running it over and over in your head. This is something that needs to be healed. And make sure that it's not your ego trying to heal this. You're allowing your spirit to. You must remain balanced in this time. This time is a serious time of balance. We see 1 foot in the water, 1 foot on land. As she pours water on land and into water. The filaments of energy. These are the same card in different decks. The filaments of energy going down and up, as above, so is below. This is a time of healing. And you have access to this healing. You have access to this energy that will go through you and cleanse your chakras and cleanse you. It's going to bring things to the surface, though. To clean, things have to come to the surface, right? When you do spring cleaning and you get under the bed and you get in the cobwebs and you get in the stuff you don't want to look at, right? This is an internal spring cleaning. Steven, so glad you can make it, brother. Awesome. Hello, Amy, my darling. Y'all, I'm so excited. I'm getting caught up on my readings, or at least on scheduling them finally. It's just been really hectic. I kind of went through a dark night of the soul myself. And it's strange because normally dark night of the soul kind of builds itself up to itself. This was something that kind of came out of nowhere, and it just knocked me to my butt. And on top of that, I had a very intense reading with a beautiful soul who is suffering from, I'm not going to say her name here, but she's already given me permission. I talked to her yesterday, and she's already given me permission to share some of her things going on because she wants everyone else to grow as well. Pocahontas' sister, hello. Jennifer Todd's sister, hello. Meh. So she's been suffering from depression and anxiety to such an extent that it has snowballed into each other, and now she has begun cutting. And when I say cutting, I mean she's cutting herself. It's like a control thing, right? And we had about a 2.5 hour reading. And for her, when she can cut herself, she feels like I have control over something. I may have control over nothing else in the world, but I have control over this. And the pain itself relieves for her a sense of built up anxiety. It's snowballed into a very, very intense, almost like a tumor has grown within her, right? And it's funny because what do you do to a tumor? You cut it out. You know, she's digging within herself. For those of you who are already suffering intense anxiety and depression, with this virus coming upon you, it may feel like you have even less control, or you may feel even more pushed in to solitude, right? And that can be frightening. When you become unsettled, antsy, irritated, need to get out, right? These are human normal feelings, and understand we're all going through those. But now is the time more than ever that these feelings are going to be floating to the surface, and they are offering you a chance to heal them once and for all, to cut that root out once and for all, right? We are very soon going to be coming into, for a long time, the channeling of twin flames, soulmates, whatever you want to call it. It's a label, it doesn't matter. Someone who you come together with, and it's a lock and key fit, right? But this is also going to be about healing the divine masculine and feminine within you. For many of you out there, healing the divine masculine is very important. They're saying within you, healing the divine masculine while letting the divine feminine rise. We are not pushing the masculine down, as this is the time of the feminine to rise. We are not pushing the masculine down. What we are doing is rising the feminine up and healing the masculine, as it's uncomfortable for the masculine. And I'm not saying men and women, although we will see that in the macro world. You will see that outside of yourself. But within you, the same thing is going on. Whether or not you are a hardcore man, which there's not many that follow my channel, but there are a few. Brothers are coming to the light. Or you are, hello Mandy Pence, finally. Or it's 91 degrees here, so she's been laying on our hardwood floor because it's cooler. Do you want to say hi? Oh. Or if you are a feminist, right? And men and women both can be feminists. A feminist is somebody who supports the equal rights of women and men. If you are going to be healing the divine masculine, that means allowing your feminine to rise within you, the creation. I don't care what anyone thinks. I only care what's within me. Allow it to rise up. The masculine within you directs that energy. Does that make sense? This is going to be the channeling for the next coming months that is really going to be coming up within us, okay? So if you are suffering from some thoughts that are going round and round in your head, right? There is a root there. There is a root there that is asking to be cut out. They're saying, we don't want to see you go through this cycle again. There's a reason that you are having these thoughts over and over and over and over. It keeps popping into your head. It must be looked at. And they are saying now is the time. Now you have energy supporting you to give you courage for this amazing healing, to bring you back home, the home of your soul. I always thought it was really interesting that in The Wizard of Oz, Dorothy, the place she was most afraid in was a place full of color and excitement and adventure. And all she wanted to do was go back home to a place that was dreary, where she was pushed down, where she was constantly yelled at. I apologize for my notifications. I can't turn them off now without messing up the video. You are going to have to reach into your soul for this work. So this is what this whole year's about. This is what this whole year's about. And if you're willing to do this work, you will experience a peace unlike you've never known. Ever known. Oh, Danica, my darling sister, thank you. Thank you. Okay. There's that change in the wind coming. Right? Are you ready for it? Have you done this work, this healing work? This star card was coming out a lot in November. It is manifesting itself now. For those of you who are resonating with my channel, especially back in November, December, when the star card kept coming out over and over, even if you didn't know it, just watching my channel and resonating with it, you are manifesting this healing now. We must remember that time is fluid and that all things we ask for will be manifested at the time that best serves us because they love us. They are the ones that have the overview. They can see it all. We can only see in our little kaleidoscope. Our small area, our small box. We must meditate and step outside of ourselves to get their view. Okay, Spirit, what do you have for overall? Oh, sorry. I want to pull an Isis one. I super shuffled the Isis deck today because it felt sticky yesterday. And I don't mean sticky physically, like energetically sticky. I have this one little entity that keeps like coming up into my face, and he just like hangs out, he or she. I'm not, it doesn't have an actual, but it'll come right up in my, so if y'all ever see me go, it's because I'm trying to get him out of my face. And it's a sweetheart. It's a darling little energy. He's curious. He's just like, hey. Truths unveiled. The revelation of Isis. Truths unveiled. The revelation of Isis. Truths unveiled. The revelation of Isis. I'd like to say a thank you to everyone who's donated to my channel. Cheryl Rawls, Morgan. There's so many of you who have donated to my channel. Amy. You guys, what you do for me to enable me to continue doing this, it's magical. And I just want to say thank you so much. I would not be here if it wasn't for you. Truly, truly. Thank you. Okay. The full moon ritual last night was pretty powerful. I'm expecting a lot of you to get new beginnings. A lot of you to do some serious releases, some magical healing. Step into it with magic. Step into it with magic, not fear. Walk into it. Walk into it with courage and grace. There's something for you there. 44 viewers. So beautiful, you guys. So beautiful. There's something for you there. If you do not walk into it, that is flowing, right? Flowing with the universe. You must have courage to flow. That's what people don't understand, I think. The greatest amount of courage is asked for when you go with the flow, because you have to let go, right? Like the fool. But if you don't do this, then you get this, because they love you, because they would never let you continue to build on faulty foundations. They will tear that down. So if you keep insistence on your path, is resistance to your path. If you keep saying, oh no, I've got this, I've got point A to point B. I've got a plan. I'm going to get through this. I think I know how my life should look. No, you do not. And if you did know how everything should look, how boring would that life be? Do you have to have that much control? There are surprises for you in this life, but not if you don't let go. You have to jump. You have to get uncomfortable. Right? Love me not. This flower, this always reminds me of don't care what people think. Love what I do, love what I don't do, I'm still jumping. For the gift of this life is your adventure. It is yours. Do you want it? Do you want this beautiful adventure? Do you want this life to be an adventure? That is your creation. That is the creation, the divine creation, the divine partnership. You and spirit creating this adventure. But you have free will. You do have to trust your intuition. But you can't go into this carefree existence if you are weighed down like this. You cannot jump off this cliff with all of these on your back. Pick a stick, tie a bag to it, and go. Okay? And stop caring what people think. All right. Spirit, you guys have a song while we shuffle? Little frequency shift. Childhood memories. I don't think I know all the words, but I'll try. Easy to... No. Childhood living is easy to do. Oh, tell me with the words. Things that you wanted. Came out again. I bought them for you. Graceless lady, you know who I am. No, I couldn't let you just slide through my hands. Wild, wild horses couldn't drag me away. Lost that tune. Wild, wild horses are riding someday. I watched you suffer a dull aching pain. Now you've decided to show me the same. Something about exits or backstage lines. Okay. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm clarifying now. Okay, for synchronicity, Spirit. For synchronicity. For synchronicity. Interesting. Synchronicity. You may resonate with one card or all, but one card likely more than the other. For synchronicity, I've clarified in a different deck, the Fool and the High Priestess. Intuition. Trust your intuition, but you gotta jump, baby. You got to jump, right? If you want the magic back, if you want the synchronicity, oh, my love, you got to jump. Trust your intuition, but you got to jump. All right, for self-love, Spirit. These are upside down. Someone, Spirit Guide is saying, Linda Ronstadt. Huh. You and I travel to the beat of a different drum. Oh, can't you tell by the way I run? Every time you make eyes at me. You try, I wanna say it'll work out. But honey child, I've got my doubts. You can't see the forest for the trees. Oh, don't get me wrong. It's not that I knock it, it's just that I am not in the market for a boy who wants to love only me. Yes, and I ain't saying you ain't pretty. All I'm saying's I'm not ready for any person, place, or thing to try and pull the reins in on me. So goodbye, goodbye, and I believe I see no sense in this crying and grieving. We'll both live a lot longer if you live without me. Oh, don't get me wrong. It's not that I knock it, it's just that I am not in the market for a boy who wants to love only me. Yes, and I ain't saying you ain't pretty. All I'm saying's I'm not ready. Any person, place, or thing to try and pull the reins in on me. I feel like that's kind of one of those songs that is like, this is a song that never ends. I don't know why I always loop back around in it, and it gets on my nerves, it gets in my head. Okay, let's go for these cards. The frequency change helps me to close my mind off and pull the right cards. Synchronicity, 87. 15, also a 6, which is a number of love. Synchronicity. You don't get synchronicity unless you jump. You must flow with the universe and also trust your intuition. The High Priestess is about intuition. Tapping into your intuition in whatever way that means for you. Trusting your gut. They always say the second brain is in the stomach. You feel it. Your gut, you feel it in your gut whenever something is right or wrong. Trust your gut. You don't have to understand it to jump. She doesn't know what's going to happen. She has no idea she's about to fly off that cliff. You don't have to know what's going to happen. You just have to trust your gut and jump. And I promise you, they will give you wings. Self-love. 61, also 7. Self-love. Yes, you have been through a lot. But you are so much more powerful than you realize. After this battle, you can see all of those wands that are crisp and burning. He's been through a lot of battles. And he's backed up like, is anybody else coming? Now is the time to rest and lick your wounds. You're given time now. You're given time now to rest and lick your wounds in this healing process. Yes, absolutely, Miss Marinette. Strength unseen. Beautiful, beautiful. Follow your dreams. Follow your dreams. 8513, also a 4. This is the year of 4, 2020. 2 plus 2 is 4. This is the year of following your dreams, no matter what anyone else thinks. Anyone. No one matters when it comes to your journey. And at Hard None, no one matters. What does the child within you want to do? Look how dirty he is and how much fun he's having. You can have this kind of joy. Some of you need to leave behind situations that are not serving you. Some of you, it's time to get uncomfortable. Follow your dreams, no matter what anyone thinks. Whether that means creating what you want to create. Create something that brings you joy. Don't worry about the world. Don't worry about what people are going to think of it. This child isn't worried about what everyone's going to think of his painting. He's just enjoying himself and painting. Create your masterpiece now. For some of you, following your dreams means leaving behind the comfortable, stepping outside of the fire. They call them fools, those who have no scars to show, the ones that never do let go, risk the tables being turned. They call them weak, those who are unable to resist the slightest chance that might exist. And for that, forsake it all. But you've got to be tough when consumed by desire, 'cause it's not enough just to stand outside the fire. Teaching and learning. What you are going through now is what you will teach. What you are going through now. Oh, my darling, I know that it feels like this sometimes, with every single sword in your back. And you did not put them there. But look at the sun rising. Tomorrow is another day. Look at her reaching. Her reaching for the broom of power. Your broom of power is just outside your reach, but you can't reach it with these swords in your back. You must pull these swords from your back. You must pull out each one and you must look at them. You must look at them and you must clean off the blood and then put them in your arsenal where they belong. Where they belong. The sun is rising on a new day for you. Are you ready for this new day? Do you think she can jump off that cliff with all those swords in her back? Take this time for self-healing. Clean off this blood. Take those swords back. Get your power back. This red stands for passion. Get your passion back. Do not sit here letting those ruminating thoughts, that's this. I already put the card back. The round and round. The ruminating thoughts. Self-medicating. Try self-meditating. That is self-medication that you want. This is my favorite tower card, because they're usually just so you hate seeing them. But look at her face. She's like, that tower ain't serving me. It's built on faulty foundations. I'm rebuilding it, right? Look at the power within her. She knows she's starting over from scratch. She knows that, but she is empowered. She is empowered. Now she's ready to jump and start over. What you are learning now is what you will be soon teaching. If you are attracted to my channel, you are likely someone going through the early tower shifts and the early battles to build your intuition so that you can teach others who are about to go through this. I promise you, everyone right now will be, this is a tower year for most people. However, for many of you attracted to my channel, you did most of this stuff last year. Could you imagine having to go through the growth you went through last year and the year before that while this was all going on right now? Many of you, yes, our spiritual growth, the reason my channel is called Eternal Transformations is because we never stop transforming. We are the eternal butterfly, continually transforming. But the intense growth, the tower moments that happened probably last year and the year before were so that you would be prepared this year for everyone else going through it. And I'm not saying you're going to stop growing. What I'm saying is now you're able to see the growth. You're able to step into it and see, okay, yeah, this is tough, but what is it here to teach me? Oh, look, this is a new sword for my arsenal. You can't stab someone in the back when you know it's coming. No one's going to stab you in the back when you know it's coming. When you see this lesson coming at you, which would normally be a tower moment, now you're going to say, look at my new sword. I got it before it was in my back. I didn't even have to clean it off. You're going to learn the lesson first, right? This is part of your spirituality. This is part of your spiritual makeup. Communication with spirit. And today is Passover, right? Crucifixion. Jesus was crucified at the age of 33. You must praying is talking to God. Meditation is listening. Do you have an open conversation with your higher power? 33 likes right now. That's beautiful. 33 likes right now. Oh, thank you, Jesus. That's really cool. Sacrifice must be made. Meditation. Going within. Notice, though, how he is locked up. Yet it's very clear he did it to himself. He didn't trust his ego to stay still, so he forced his ego into stillness. A sacrifice must be made for you to truly become close to your spirit guides, to your higher power. A sacrifice of time, meditation, soothing the ego. You don't want your ego to die. Your ego serves a purpose here. It's about soothing your ego, to let your ego know it's going to be okay. We're just going into meditation. It's going to be okay. Your ego gets scared during meditation, so it's going to start popping all kinds of things into your head. And taking action. I love this. I just said praying is talking to God. It's not all God. It's not all you, right? Drives me insane when people say, oh, I'll leave it to God. And yes, sometimes you have to. Sometimes you've done everything you can do. But have you done everything you can do before you leave it to God? I love the difference in these two cards because they are perfectly opposite. The action that is necessary, this way or that, making a choice because you have free will. And look at this, the Hanged Man. I often say, for those new to my channel, this represents Odin, who hung from a tree as a sacrifice, cut out his own eye as a sacrifice just to get the wisdom of the gods. And I would give so much more, wouldn't you, for the wisdom of the gods? What are you willing to sacrifice for your path? Is there open communication? Sorry, guys. Is there open communication? Are you doing your part? And are you listening? It is a perfect balance. It is a perfect balance, this flow. Okay. Let's close it out on that. I feel like that was, I wanted to read Truths Unveiled. Truths Unveiled from the Isis Oracle. Let's see what they got for us here. This is one of the most powerful decks I've ever used. For anybody that wants it, I have a link to them below. These are not ones you want to pull a whole bunch of. I pull one a day at most, and usually I don't even pull that much. They're very powerful. One a week is good for spiritual. It will help you with spiritual enlightenment. There's even incantations at the end of each one and all kinds of good stuff. Okay. Truths Unveiled. Again, the opposites here to me are striking. Her eyes closed, almost within meditation. He's got some kind of secret here, something coming up out of there. There are times, and I like what I do is I pull these, for those new to my channel, I pull these in the beginning, but I like reading them at the end because it generally will bring everything back around for the channeling. There are times when appearances of people, places, and things are truly deceptive. You will sense this when something feels uncomfortable within you. Trust your intuition. When you notice feelings of anxiety or doubt within you, you may think that there is something wrong with you, but actually, you are intuitively sensing all is not as it appears to be. It is wise to trust your inner feelings rather than being convinced by outward appearance. There's a situation in your life, especially involving relationships, where something may not be as it's made out to be. To avoid undue suffering later on, Isis guides you to the truth and revelation now. The revelation of Isis is needed when something or someone, remember, something or someone, this may be something within you, like something you have a hang up with, or an old memory that you may not even be seeing truthfully. Our minds are very malleable, and we create memories more than we actually have memories, not truthful ones at least. Make sure you're examining that, taking the time to do that. When something or someone is not as it outwardly appears to be, no matter how sacred it may seem, a spiritual person, a family relationship, a shared history, there are times when, although it is more painful to admit the truth in the short term, in the long term, it will save you much suffering and feeling of being duped, misled, manipulated, used, or abused. It will also make it more likely that the situation or relationship can grow into a healthier expression if possible. You cannot heal what is not revealed. I'm going to repeat that. You cannot heal what is not revealed. This goes both within you and outside of you. Absolutely, Christina, I agree. And then about the ventilators from before, I'm going to get back to what I was about to say. Remind me of that. You cannot heal what is not revealed. Isis is with you now to help you release the truth, to admit that you probably already sensed it anyway, and to make wise use of these revelations now. It says, the Oracle of Truth Unveiled speaks of a time soon to come when you will realize true perception. What you thought to be trustworthy, legitimate, or reliable may turn into sand crumbling before your eyes. This may be a friendship, a job, an offer of some kind, even a behavior of a loved one causing you to question the real commitment or respect of a family relationship. What is important here is to realize that when you see the truth, you can act appropriately. Right? You will not proceed with inappropriate expectations, and you can reassess your boundaries and priorities to get the most out of a situation and not suffer undue disappointment later on. In the same way, for some of you, listen to this, there are creative impulses and new life within you that need to be protected until they are strong enough to withstand negativity or undermining by another out of jealousy or fear. I feel like this is very important for some of you to hear. This very much correlates to the baby bear dream I had the other day. Protecting something that is eventually going to grow into your own protection. It's very interesting. In the same way, there are creative impulses and new life within you that need to be protected until they are strong enough to withstand negativity or undermining by another out of jealousy or fear. Even a close friend whom you love and loves you may struggle with your creative side, perhaps because they are not ready to yet tap into their own creativity. It is best to be honest with yourself and know that sometimes, out of sense and kindness, the fragile creative beginnings of a project or a new habit or interest need to be protected. Like Isis, you must protect that which needs it by recognizing where something or someone could harm rather than nourish new life. Sometimes this harm can come from a mother who's simply afraid of you taking a new path because they love you, and like your ego, they know that change can be harmful. They don't want to see you go through anything scary. Sometimes when something new is brewing within you and you know it's from spirit, keep it safe, keep it protected, and keep it to yourself. You don't have to tell the world everything. Some things, when you're going with the flow, you don't know how they're going to turn out. And you're not meant to. They are meant to be within you in your own secret. Enjoy that secret. Treasure and protect that secret. Okay? If you have been thinking that you already see the truth in a situation, this oracle is confirmation of the accuracy of that perception. And the further confirmation that you are seeing something accurately will soon be given, if requested. Ask for a revelation and be patient, for timing is fluid, and they will give you the information when you need it. Jules, thank you so much, my love. Clear perception is imminent and will help you make wise choices. Thank you! You guys, thank you, Jules, you beautiful, beautiful soul. I love you so much. I'm not kidding, you guys. Pay my bills. I haven't gotten a cent from YouTube in months. A cent. Anyway, so what I want to say here. Okay, thank you. I have a spirit guide here. Real quick, I want to say that I have a spirit guide here who says you must know your boundaries. And if you are being presented with these types of tower moments, or with these, if you're coming through these types of battles, now more than ever, they're teaching you, you must set up solid foundations and healthy boundaries. Okay, they're reminding me of something I want to talk to you guys, tell you guys about. A story. Not a story, but a woman was having a problem at work because she's really good at her job, good at results. And she kept having this other woman who is really good at, I don't want to say pushing herself, but promoting herself. You should be good at promoting who you are and yourself. But this woman would constantly be coming over asking for help, and she'd end up doing a lot of the work, right? But this thing that she didn't realize, she was getting very resentful of this other woman at work simply because she didn't have healthy boundaries. The other woman wasn't trying to be unkind. She just thought, oh, she's a kind person and she really enjoys helping others and doing this. The other woman, if you think about it, had the opposite problem of her. One was really good at results, but not good at promoting herself. The other was not very good at results, but very good at promoting herself. If she was willing to say, I would love to help you, I just don't have time right now. That's it. That is not unkind. But that is a problem within herself that she has projected onto this woman is, you know, not good at her job, not this, not that. That wasn't even the case. And I'm not saying that it's not the case that people don't take advantage. Sometimes they do. But most times, people are not taking advantage intentionally. They're asking, and you agree, and then you get upset and resentful because you feel that they're taking advantage. You must set up healthy boundaries before you go and get angry. We want to remember that conflict almost always arises from assumption. From assumption. Assuming how someone feels. Assuming that they think like you. Think about that today. Arguments between husbands and wives are generally because one is assuming that the other is thinking this way or that way. There's a whole filter that goes on between words that come out. Then they take it, process it, assume, and then respond with their post-assumption. Right? I blow up when I'm sorry, I only caught a little bit, Jason. I blow up when I talk to her, but now that I've given up and hopefully I missed the rest of that. I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry, you guys. Okay. So I don't know why they made me look down whenever I was talking about boundaries. So yes, Jason, that boundaries talks most likely is for you, right? And remembering assumption. Even if you love someone dearly, whether it's a wife, a child, a girlfriend, a boyfriend, a lover, a friend, a dog, you assume to know how they think. Not even always based on your own thoughts. You assume that you know them so well that you know how they think. Well, you do not. How dare you? Make so little of who they are. They are on their own path. And just like you, their perceptions change. Give them that. Allow them to have that. And whenever they say something that makes you want to blow up, instead of blowing up, take a moment. There is no time that you must respond. We all think that there's some kind of like timer that's going to go off if you don't respond immediately. Just wait. That'll freak people out right there. It calms people down. Let the energy settle and just don't say anything. Breathe. Look down. Release it. Don't assume. And then come back with repeat what you think you heard, right? Because sometimes it is a misunderstanding of their words and the way you process it. Repeat what you think you heard. Say, I want to be clear because I might have misunderstood. Are you saying that blank, right? And oftentimes this person will realize that they were speaking either out of anger or their words, they weren't realizing were being construed in such a light. Instead of attacking and saying, are you saying this? Say, take a deep breath. Let me be clear because I think I must be a misunderstanding. Are you saying, right? I am so sorry. If I turn off that thing now, it's really going to cut off the whole video, which we're almost done anyway. So, sorry, I was reading. Okay, so I have some really, really beautiful tribe members. I thank you guys so much for coming today. I am going to be, what time is it now? 3:15. I'm gonna have to wait till Uncle Jimbo gets home, let him settle in because he's comes in really loud and stuff. The dogs go nuts. So as soon as he gets in and settles down, I'm gonna be getting back on to do that life purpose reading. Okay, the life purpose reading is going to be a pick a card reading. What it is meant to do is give you a basic idea of what, if you're, remember, if you're happy where you're at and in your job and doing what you love, this is not always going to resonate with you. But if you're looking for clarification, then make sure to pray to your guides today when we get off here, okay? I want you to pray to your guides and just say, hey, send Val my energy and my messages. And they will make sure that you resonate with the right card. So we'll do the pick a card reading. You'll pick a card, and that'll kind of give you the path of, you know, maybe I should be doing a spiritual path or a teaching path or a, you know, whatever it may be. And I don't expect it to be, I'm trying not to put expectations on it, but I do want you to understand it. I don't expect it to be like, you should be this exactly. It's going to give you a path or a confirmation of the path you're already on, hopefully, or the path that you've been thinking of, right? 40 viewers, 40 likes. I freaking love my soul tribe. We have the best soul tribe in the world. This weekend, Sunday probably. Nope, that's Easter. Hopefully this weekend, either if not Sunday or if not Saturday night, then on Monday. Monday's usually my day off, but I really want to do a mod appreciation pull a card. So I will by Friday have posted when that's going to be so everybody can attend if they want to attend. Okay, and this is when we do pull a cards. If you had cards pulled on the last moderator appreciation reading, I would appreciate if you let people get in there that haven't had it done yet. Okay, because there were a lot of people, you know, I want to try to get through my mods. And like I said, we have a heavy mod channel, but when this channel grows, I'm not adding anymore. If you weren't here from the beginning, it's very unlikely you'll be a moderator, you know. So everybody that's a moderator now, this is going to be my base moderator. You guys, please focus on self-love, okay? Thank you guys for being here. They have so much more to say. I'm having to shut them up. I know. I wish I could keep going, but I have a lot of other stuff to do, and I'm trying to finish up my scheduling. I'm getting caught up. Oh, I'm so glad this full moon was over. It was a tough one for me. And I don't really have tough ones, not very often. This was for the Lord of mercy. It was tough. All right, Mandy. What do they say? What do the spirit guys say, you guys? They say, don't waste your hate. Rather gather and create. Be of service. Be a sensible person. Use your words, no, don't be nervous. You can do this, you've got purpose. Find your medicine and use it. I love you, my soul tribe. Don't forget today is Passover. Say your thanks for that, okay? I'm manifesting this for you. Abundance is coming for many of you who are willing to step in and get uncomfortable. Stepping into the star card and doing that healing. You will never, ever in history of your life, at least, it's unlikely to see a time like this again. I can't wait to see how we're going to look back at this time in 20 years. How do you want to look back at how you handled it? I love you, my soul tribe. I'm praying for everyone sick out there. Everyone who knows someone who's sick. I'm praying for you. I love you. Like and subscribe. It's like tipping.